Greetings, I'm Precious McGill. This is 15 Minutes Closer. For those of you who are joining me for the very first time, thank you and welcome. For those of you who are joining me for the very second time, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the love that you guys have shown me and watching the video, receiving the message, the feedback you've given me. It just helps motivate me and keep me going. So I really appreciate it. And I hope that the messages that I bring to you motivate you, inspire you, keep you going, keep you engaged and on your path. Deep breath. I don't know if you can see the smoke going. That's sage. I'm burning sage. Yes, I'm one of those girls. Okay? Burning my little sage. Today's topic is the ego. Those of you who've been following my social media for years have seen that ego is a topic that I like to talk about frequently. The reason I like to talk about it is because largely the ego is invisible to us, because it feels good to kind of indulge the ego, but the outcome, the consequences, that's what's damaging about the ego. Why is it invisible? It's hard for us to see ourselves, right? And that is a part of our humanness, having an ego. So we have to seek to dismiss it often, but you'll never just completely be rid of it, okay? It's a part of your work to humble yourself to your ego. The ego tells you, you're important. You're different. You're special. Well, you are. You are special. You are different, but you are connected. We belong to one another, and we've forgotten that. God is breathing life through each and every one of us. We're each deserving and worthy of grace. I had to really humble myself to my ego this week. I had a pretty stark realization that I judge a little bit too much. I'm judging people too much, and it occurs to me that the people that I've judged the most may be the very people that God is calling me to pray for, and so I have to dismiss my ego and love people and know that we're each fallible. We're human. We're fallible creatures. So why are we not deserving of or worthy of the love? And the love is the love of God, okay? Immutable love. So that old stinking ego. The ego is the one that keeps you in a hurting place. The ego is the one that says, they did that to me. I'm better than this. We're all better than this. We're all capable of more. But we can love each other through the process. Even when people do you wrong, they're still worthy and deserving of God's love. It doesn't mean that you have to be in their space or involve yourself in a way that makes you uncomfortable, but send them love wherever you are, whether it's with them or not with them. And only the ego would stop you from doing such a thing. How else does the ego show up? The ego keeps you in a place of hurt for the purpose of separation. Okay, they hurt me. It causes you to have negative feelings, feel sorry for yourself. And yes, people do what they do. Okay, it's not to excuse other people's behavior. It's not to say that they're justified, but their behavior does not justify you to move out of a place of love. God actually calls us to be loving. Think about that. Sit with that energy. I know this week, because this has been my topic, I've really had to struggle to stay in a place of love. And it's only through allowance and releasing, because the ego wants us to hold on to the story, repeat the story to everybody. Telling a story 10 times, that's the ego. It wants to be heard because it knows it has no time. Spirit endures forever. So that's why spirit comes with the energy of peace and allowance. And the ego is in a rush. It wants to get it done. It's your reactionary self that is operating from the ego. And absolutely, when you think the world is against you and everybody is doing you wrong, your ego is winning. Absolutely. Your ego is winning. When you start to feel sorry for yourself, look what they did to me, and they're the bad person and I'm the good person. That is your ego winning. The hard thing about the ego is it operates through our feelings. So our feelings feel very real to us. But here's the deal. You are not your feelings. You're so much more. You're so much greater than that. Okay? If you can see, my eyes look like they're red. I've been crying all week. I've had beautiful tears. Let me say that. They've been beautiful tears. I've watched people have breakthroughs, major breakthroughs. But all of the people that I've watched have major breakthroughs, there was resistance at the beginning of that journey. They didn't want what was happening to happen, or they resented what happened. It's not that I'm saying you should be grateful, like, yay, someone molested me, woo. It's not like that. But it's like something happened to me. And it hurt me. And I'm thankful that God persisted and I still have breath in my body. Thank you. Move into a place of gratitude. If not for that thing, that you're still alive and you're still breathing. Count it all good. Even the things that hurt. Okay? Because when you live through something, when something doesn't break you and you actually survive, there's a testimony, there's glory in that. Okay, there is glory in your story. And there is no shame. Dismiss the shame. That's also how the ego shows up, okay? Making you feel bad about something you did. Hey, we have all done something, if not at least one thing. We all fall short. We're human. It's a part of our nature to be human. The soul endures forever. This human shell, it's temporary. And nobody gets out of here flawless, unscathed. Okay? So, breathing, settling into that. Dismiss the ego. The ego causes us to be stuck in our head thinking about, well, what if, or maybe I should, or I'm not good enough, or I'm too good. So you have to learn the ways in which the ego speaks to you, okay? So you're not going to know everything all the time. That's okay. Forgive yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Many of us, we're just too hard on ourselves, okay? If you mess up, God knew you were going to be messing up, and He made a way out for you to redeem yourself. But be thankful that you had whatever experiences you've had, okay? They make you better as a person. I know it's made me better. And I'm going to mess up, and I have to tame myself to my ego. Just because I sit with people and I pray with people, excuse me, doesn't mean that I don't fall short. Of course, I'm human. So don't get stuck in a place where you're too big for learning, where you're too big to apologize. Don't get stuck in a place where you can't give forgiveness, because that is what God absolutely has us to do. And one of the things that's really painful to realize, but beautiful when you accept it, is that God calls us to love, and the people we're called to love, they're sometimes unlovable. They're the ones that hurt us sometimes. And loving someone doesn't mean accepting bad behavior. I'm not sending that message at all. But I am sending a message of just stand in a place of love. You don't have to know what to do. Just shift into a place of being love. Love is not just a feeling. It's also an action. And forgiveness is one of the actions of love. Forgiveness is a gift that we give to other people, but it's absolutely the best gift that we can give to ourselves. Okay? It lets you off the hook. It releases you to receive what God has for you. And there's so much more. Believe me, you're good. On your greatest day, God has even better. There's layers to this. When you reach that peak, when you reach your place that you've been going, it's going to be great, but it'll be short-lived, because there's so much more for you than what you can imagine. And all you have to do is say yes. Say yes to dismissing your ego. Say yes to being in a place of love. One thing I like to do is pray for people that I'm having a hard time with. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I do this thing, an ancient art of healing. It's Hawaiian. It's called Ho'oponopono. This is a gift I'm giving to you guys. It's the art of lightening yourself and becoming weightless, especially to your ego. I mean, this is a challenge for the ego. All the people that have hurt you or have caused pain in your life, or they have not appreciated you, release them by saying, I apologize. Please forgive me. Thank you, and I love you. Now, it's not that you're sorry for the action. You're just transmuting the energy. You're giving it back to God. Give the people that have hurt you back to God. Don't allow them to serve as an anchor or a weight in your life. See, the ego will slip in invisibly, like the invisible man. The ego will slip in and keep you separate from your good by causing you to be angry and upset and hurt by the people that God is calling you to love. Simply be love. How can you go wrong? Be love. That's how you dismiss the ego. When you're feeling afraid, your ego is winning. When you're feeling like it's too much, the world is caving in on you, your ego is winning. Okay? So do yourself a favor, dismiss your ego, forgive the people that have hurt you, abandoned you, harmed you, or have done you wrong, and set yourself free. Weightless. You can be weightless. That heavy thing that's in your chest, the thing that's holding you down, you can absolutely be weightless to it all. Through the art of allowance. Okay? Give it all to God. Just give it away. Give it away. Give it away. Okay? And be humble enough to check yourself. See, that ego will also tell you, I'm the guru, I'm the shaman, I don't need checking. I've done that. I've been there. Yeah. Well, guess what? You're going back through. Okay? Bite it down till it doesn't exist. Work on it. Chip at it. Don't try to conquer it all in one day. Don't get upset with yourself if you fall. Remember, we said that you're human. You're going to fall. It's a part of your human experience. And for that, be thankful too. Thank you. Give it away to God. Transmute the energy. Release it. That's how you commit to being your greatest self, your highest self. That ego is not your amigo, okay? So what can you do between now and the next time we meet? I hope many of you are practicing that 15 minutes of self-care per day, okay? Remember, you have to, look, I said, remember, get that time to yourself. If you have people that are living in the home with you, get their buy-in, get their permission. Well, not their permission, get their buy-in. Set them up. Let them know, look, I'm going to take a few minutes to myself. I'll be right back. Okay? If there is no one in your life that you have to negotiate your time with or have to check in with, make sure you steal that time for yourself, okay? Because it's very necessary. And if you can't do it all in one day, make sure every day you do something toward your highest self. Make sure every day, even if you can't make an action, give your vision to it. Do something that will uplift you, that will get you toward your purpose. And part of that is dismissing your ego. My name is Precious McGill. I have given you 15 minutes more to get you 15 minutes closer. I love you with the love of God. I'm praying for you, believe me. Oof, I have been praying for you all. I love you. Take care of yourselves, okay? God bless you.